Buying tools off of Amazon. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Well, I guess that's up for the individual to decide. But my personal experience, I don't know if I would do it again. Some time ago, I was doing a deck project, pretty much solo, doing all the layout. I needed to set my pour heights for all of my footings all over the place, and I thought this is a great time to invest in a laser level. So after a little bit of research, I decided on buying something from Pacific Laser Systems. I bought the PLS HVL100. And when I was in the market for this, I was looking online, looking at different prices, at my local tool suppliers, and Amazon, not only did they have the best price, but they could get me the laser level, I think it was the following day, which with my busy schedule was awesome because I didn't have the time to drive half an hour to one of these tool stores. So I made the purchase, and when the PLS laser arrived, I opened it up and there was a screw missing from the housing, which I found in the box, and I had to put it back in there and found that the screw was completely stripped out, straight from factory. So I began the return process, which basically ordered another PLS laser. And you know, that's one real disappointing thing about my experience with PLS in the first place, is that that laser level clearly came from the factory, faulty. The person assembling it on the the assembly line would have known that they stripped out that screw, so their quality control isn't there. Not very stoked on the brand. But aside from that, got the laser level from Amazon, had to purchase a second laser level, return the first, and then this guy came. And once I received this laser level, I quickly discovered that the fine horizontal adjustment knobs, where you can just basically adjust these lasers very precisely and very slowly when you're trying to fine-tune in a shot, which is important because if you're doing a laser shot, you know, 100 over a course of 100 feet, trying to move it by hand, you're going to be jumping, you know, several inches at a time. So these horizontal adjustment knobs, as you can see, they just spin freely. They're also kind of pulled out from where they should be. I went to one of my local tool suppliers and compared models and found out that my second laser level was also faulty. So at this point, I had received, you know, I don't know, $2,600 worth of laser levels that have yet to be in satisfactory condition. So I contacted Amazon well after the project was done. I just continued to use this laser level, and I didn't deal with the problems that it had right away because, you know, like I said, I was just very, very busy. So I got in touch with Amazon, and it had been maybe 6 months since my purchase, that I should, you know, go ahead and complete this return or exchange or repair. And when I contacted Amazon, they basically said, oh, well, you know, we can't, it's been too long, a tool of that value, we can't simply return, it's, you know, $1,300 or whatever it cost. There's a bunch of back and forth, and I finally ended up speaking to somebody in charge, a higher level supervisor, I guess, and they did authorize the replacement. So that's that. This is my replacement. I've yet to open it. Received it actually a couple weeks ago. Just haven't had time to do this video, which I didn't want to open this sucker up before I did that. I wanted to share my experience not only with Amazon and the returns, but also my experience with PLS. When I did get in touch with PLS to simply see if I could get this repaired, they said, when I called customer service, they said, you're going to have to call the retailer that you purchased the item from. And I said that was Amazon, and they just, you know, basically brushed me off. And so PLS, your customer service sucks. Can't say much about your product so far because I've yet to get an item that actually works properly. But yeah, I think this will definitely be the last PLS product I buy. Let's see what we got here. So there we go. Let's It's about $2,600 in laser level, maybe a little bit less now. And I'm not going to go through every last little accessory, but my main concern is if this thing is in okay condition, which based off of my initial looks seems to be all right. The horizontal adjustment seems to be functioning properly, so I guess that's great. Third time's a charm. Real big pain in the ass. So I guess when it comes to buying things off of Amazon, specifically tools of a high value, I almost lost my bag. I would avoid it. You know, if I could have gone back in time and went to my local tool retailer and physically inspected the, you know, a very expensive tool that I was about to purchase, I probably wouldn't have ended up with a laser level with a stripped out screw from the housing, and I wouldn't have ended up with this laser level that had busted horizontal adjustment, and I would end up with something like this, hopefully, we'll see, but a functioning laser level. So yeah, PLS, not impressed. Amazon, I guess fairly good customer service with a little bit of back and forth, a little, I don't want to say fight, but some back and forth to actually make this return happen. But the biggest thing that makes me nervous is if I just wasn't the type of individual to kind of argue my point, I could have been out, you know, over $1,000 because Amazon wouldn't honor my return. And the biggest thing that I forgot to mention is that PLS, I believe they have something like a 3-year warranty on their products. But when speaking to Amazon themselves does not honor that. And when I contacted PLS, they said go through your retailer. So to me, the warranty kind of seems like bullshit. So hopefully I wasn't too long-winded. Gives you something to think about if you're considering purchasing tools off of Amazon. The pricing is usually best on Amazon. The shipping is super fast on Amazon, especially if you have Prime. But the overall long-term, bigger picture, I think you're better to go off with a local tool retailer. And besides, it's good to support the small businesses anyways. So yeah, that's that. I'll be returning this guy this week. It's been a long time. I already got an email from Amazon saying, where the hell is our return? If you don't do it ASAP, we're going to charge you the cost of an additional laser level. So that's that.